how to do business around the world, buying, selling, and tips of how not to get scammed. Um, Most people, if you got to go to school from a young age into high school, the most important thing you should take with you through the rest of your life is this one format that's actually you learn through writing, which is called compare and contrast. You must compare and contrast everything around you, and then through the repetition of that, you can know the the average, let's say, of an object. So in the beginning, you might not know, and that's where you'll get scammed. Or if you take the due diligence to professionally compare and contrast, you can find a bottom average to what is the true to you trying to obtain that object. Maybe you need to wait a little bit and then you'll find it. It's happened to me a lot of times. A lot of times. Just got Tomba Part 1 for $10. It happens a lot of times. Enough times for me. So, America is just like a lot of other countries are a big scam. Major big scam. The medicine business and a lot of other businesses, major big scam. So your average cartridge right now might only be $1 or $2 to manufacture, and then they're charging you, $20 to $10 a cartridge. CDs, I think when I saw in a video not too long ago, they were saying was like maybe 3 cents or 30 cents to manufacture, and then you're paid $10 and better, which is beyond 100% value of profit. So I noticed that certain objects of interest for certain people, the prices are highly marked up, and I just don't think that that's fair to the average consumer. Um, and blessedly, it'll be like, yo, bro, out of listings on the internet of an object, it'll only be one person to post it for like $30, $40, while everybody else is trying to market over 100 and change. And I'm gonna tell you, 9 or 10 out of 10 times, I'm gonna buy from that person who got it for the $40, $30 before I buy for those people for the $100. So a lot of things that's sold to you in life are sold to you, and even from the major consumers, the major retail businesses is the forefront of selling you an object beyond the value of really what it is to manufacture. They can sell it to you for maybe like two times, or 2.5 times, maybe 3 times. They sell it to you. They're trying to sell it to you for 6 to 12 times the value, and that's just extreme. And that's business around the world. That is straight up what business is around the world. And the sooner you really latch on to understand and develop that, the better off you are in how to use your money in your life. Yo, I'm telling you, like, okay, I've already explained this to a person or two. I'm not gonna be collecting games for a long time. I did this around the spurt of COVID, and I feel like I'm coming to an end. Like, yeah, here and there it could be something cool to come out. I'll get a copy of it, but like the pace of how I was getting my hands on stuff, I'm kind of backing down now, because something that a light bulb came in my head last night, and it wasn't a good one. And it was that a lot of businesses Not only in the video game business, a lot of businesses in our life is scams, and it's messed up and it's whack. And I don't want to get caught up in any one of them of a negative light. You know. So my best due diligence is, but it's really how I would say to y'all, you got to compare and contrast, and hopefully you will find a deal if you compare and contrast. But if you don't, you just add to the rest of the space that's gonna make things worse for people in life. The mass population who do not compare, contrast, and make the due diligence to understand and get the actual value of what you're dealing with at the moment, that's the reason why things go up in price around you in society. I'll just waste this money. I'll just waste this money. I'll just yup. And then there's a ceiling for everybody too. That's the other funny part. You're always gonna reach a ceiling eventually. It ain't unlimited. You're going to reach a ceiling eventually. And when you reach that ceiling, you're going to develop to have people around you who are going to be upset of why we can't break over that ceiling. Yo, I didn't have a unibrow when I was younger. No. But so okay. So the kind of investments I went and made over these past couple of years, I'm putting it away, and that's it. I got my hands on A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and now I don't got to worry about it no more, unless I see it for cheaper, which I doubt. But if I do, maybe I'll mess around with it. But that's it. Like something that I saw yesterday, it didn't sit right with me. That it just made me reflect to bigger things. And, is that true or not? You know? There's certain games that, there's certain video games right now that only maybe one or two people have in the entire world right now. They might have a stack of it. They don't, and they really only one or two people in the world who have it. And like, why is it worth this number? I don't understand that. To the person who wants it or whatever. In reality, why is it really worth this number? That don't kind of make sense to me. So I hope I could figure that out sooner than later. Cause to me, I think I got some super gems, and I don't mean just one copy. I think I got some super gems to forget about for half a decade and longer. Right now, just keep it pushing. I gotta move on and invest into something else. But I'm telling you, when it comes to you renting out another person's house, when it comes to you buying clothes, buying food, buying toys, games, all this stuff in life, you're somehow getting ripped off in the bigger picture, especially when it first comes out. You're in the long run somehow ripped off. Okay, to anybody, you're in your 20s, you're in your 40s, you're in your 60s, and you're renting out a home from a person which a lot of times the gen around my age is smarter, so they're putting these homes and all this stuff under LLCs, ABCD, so you don't even know their names and stuff like that. Yo, they're trying. People are trying to use each other, but they've been already doing this for hundreds of years to get to build their dreams. That is business around the world. How do you use other people to pay off things around you that'll bring more money to you. Straight up. That's the game. Yeah. So I don't want to keep digging. Yo, for me, that's why I don't know. I'm different from other people on the behalf of. I didn't want to get every object. I just wanted to get cool stuff. That's it. I just like getting what I would consider cool stuff. That's it. And if it could have an end play in a couple of years, bless it. If not, I didn't keep digging a ditch for no 8, 10 years on it. I did it only for like the COVID period. And I think I did well for what I went after. I think I did well. I wish I could have got more cartridge based stuff, but I still think I did well for how I picked up on it within like the second or third year. So I don't play video games. I just like learning stuff. That's my what I would really say. Like I be honest with you, I likely might continue to buy consoles if I could find them for $20 and down. I'ma still buy game consoles. Um, I would buy like 100 units and better. And I'm different from the other businesses. That's the thing that like, yo, other people are trying just to sell the PlayStation, the regular PlayStation, the PS2. I want to modify them HDMI and hook them up, and I've been noticing how much people are selling them for. They're selling them for around 400 to 500. So I want to get into that, and I think it kind of makes sense. So anything that deals with the modern day, you want the modern day optics and whatnot for your retro consoles, and you gotta pay people who are buying those pieces that are not cheap, modifying it to the system and then selling it to you. So yeah, you're gonna pay like what modern day consoles are for even a retro console that's modified to play on modern TVs. And hence, that's one of the worlds I'm into. I'm into modification. So these systems that they wanted you to, or I don't know what they wanted you to do, but you can modify them. These motherboards you can modify. Think of it like a body of a car, and you can always modify it. We did a little bit of a good time. 13 minutes, 14 minutes. Yo, compare and contrast. I can't say that a billion times over. Compare and contrast is your closest key of how to acquire the objects. Cause it's a ripoff. The attempts people are trying to make onto your average consumer, it's a ripoff. It's not that serious. You know, there's like a billion. Like there's one CD I just bought. I'm curious if I go back to the page. It says sold out, but I know for a fact there's two CDs I bought from a Sega Dreamcast magazine, and they got a trillion of those. They print out probably like 500,000 ish, like a lot of units, and the units came with that CD. So I mean, there's a lot of those CDs that I would like to get some more of, actually. There's a Canon Spike demo disc. There's a Project Justice demo disc. There's two Canon Spikes, if I'm right, demo disc, and two Project Justice demo disc. Two different versions. Nobody's ever talked about it. Nobody ever talked. Well, I mean, until now, nobody never talk about it. You're gonna hear about that wave. Like, it's funny. There's certain people who got page. I'm just zoning out, dude. But like, they got live stream or YouTube pages, and they talk about building these certain kind of game collections. And the games that I got, or just a lot of the stuff I be looking at, I'm curious to why they haven't bought that yet. I'm telling you that a lot of your top dog, um, a lot of your top dog, they're trying to keep y'all stuck in America. They're not telling y'all about the cream of the world is the cream of is the oyster. To anybody trying to do business, how to do business around the world is the oyster. It's not just your city, your zone. It's just learning about this world, yo. And that's the more you can get the resources for what's cheap over here and what's cheap over there and blah 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 la la la. And that's what, and like nobody having the block, boom, you're the only one busting them heads for that. Right here. The world is your oyster. The world is straight up your oyster, yo. That's what I need to start figuring out. There's only one business I've been thinking for a minute, and I'm still locked in. That's on my mind right now. The only thing to be doing for the rest of my days. And I would tell y'all the context of this episode is the hint to you of what my business is for the rest of my life. How to do business around the world. How to do business around the world, period. I got some good information maybe a couple days ago about something going on in Asia that we have prominently over here. So I'm definitely gonna take that advantage of that. Study about what people really like in different countries that you might have as a abundance resource in yours, and then go to that country and capitalize. Get the money and flip it over to pounds, USD, whatever currency you want to flip it to, and that's it. There's so many countries around the world right now that is willing to pay you $60 for a video game that you could have bought for $10, $15, and you could sell it to them for $40, $35 actually. That's how I would move. All them game stores that be in certain countries and they be trying to bust their customers' heads with those games for $60, but who knows how much they paid, and I got those and I want to get those to sell, could get abundance of them myself. I would sell it to them. I wouldn't sell them to them. No, I wouldn't even sell it to them for that 60. I sell it to them for like $40 and down, and just they're gonna stay coming to you. And then your competition's gonna finally, it would be funny too, if it would be stores that people been dealing with for 10 years plus and stuff like that, and then you come across and you be this deal and stuff, and then they find out, and then all of a sudden now they want to be a deal. Yup. Oh, I gotta get the cool shades on. Yeah. Yo, it's just about lying to you. And if you don't make the due diligence to do the research, you won't know that they're lying to you. So there were certain objects I was gonna buy, and I reneged on buying it. And then it's funny, the other day I just looked it up right now about it, and I kind of laughed to myself for a second, like, yo, look, people really be buying this for $100 because they don't know. People really buy it for $100. So my idea I have for a second that I might still attack on right now is that so a lot of those people who are doing that BS is in Japan. I don't get it, but they're in Japan. They're in the place where they're getting it for the cheapest. I don't get it, but they're in Japan doing that BS. I think it would be better if somebody was doing that BS and it was right here in America. In whatever category, wink, wink, I'm talking about. There's a billion categories. Good luck finding them. But life is a game, and the first cheat code in your life is lying. The first biggest cheat code of your life. The most fun you'll have in your childhood and young adulthood is lying. Straight up and down. If that was any advice I could give as an OG to any younger people, the greatest gift God could give you right now to like the day you hit 30 is lie your fucking ass off. There's a lot of people lie your fucking ass off too, and for just that little bit of few, that's like, let's say the true your daily really life or whatever. You don't need to lie to them. But everybody else, bang them, bang the human tarp out of them. Matter of fact, I want to kind of take that a little bit back. For some of the few people you maybe can meet in life and maybe can be, but like predominantly relationship wise, a lot of this stuff, yo, it's been the same bullshit for the past fucking 70 years, if not longer, of people lying. And then people are upset because those lies became more openly in public in modern day due to technology like this and other things or whatever. But in reality, it's just teaching people how to move faster on the BS that people were trying to gatekeep. Yo, it's so funny. When I was first getting into music, this one producer, older person, he would tell me that phrase about gatekeeping. Yes, that is 100 to 200, if not longer, year old culture that it's a shame for any humans to practice. But I tell you, me, 1 trillion billion cadillion blah, 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 percent, I'm trying to stay as far, 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 far. I don't know how many times I can say that, a billion times over, away from certain kind of people, because I see right through you. It's, yo, your average human. It is only a couple questions you need to get locked in, as in your questions you can ask any human being in life of how to judge them, and you need to get that list of questions locked down. It's not questions that like in a like, let's say you're engaging with a person. It's not funny. It's not like questions that'll come out as weird or anything at all. It's like regular. There's a gift in the art of simple and regular conversation that could expose to you who you're dealing with. And from there on out, you need to judge and keep it pushing. you're a man, a woman, or man, and you ain't got the best facial features as a human being, you need to kind of humble yourself a little bit. You're jeopardizing your years of your youth into adulthood if you think you can even anybody, it don't matter if you're attractive or unattractive, to be an asshole, which is a lot of people in society in modern day. I said that one time a long time back before. I was doing a job for this millionaire dude, and I almost dubbed the job. I straight up said it's kind of interesting because it was very personal. The engagement and what needed to be done and blah blah blah. And I was like, yo, I'm about to like dub you. I'm saying to y'all in layman's terms, and he respected me. He respected me. Like he got a little bit out of character. He cursed about something or whatever that I would definitely say was not that serious. And that was enough for me. Just one curse word. I'm telling you, the average person on this earth would shut the fuck up and work that whole job for that millionaire. One curse word, and I had to correct that immediately. And we respected each other after. God bless it. He thunk about it. He decided because I was gonna take his ass home. We got through the day. We got through. Mission was complete. And I ain't talking about no accessoride in the ambulance. I'm talking about like something exclusive with a millionaire type shit. And I don't care you're a millionaire or not a millionaire. It's the same. It's gonna y'all treat you the same. I swear to everything I love, I'll treat you the same way. I would treat every fucking person the same way. I lived it already. I mean, as in I experienced it already. And that was my reactions. Oops, I did it again. If you want to ask what the fuck is my middle name or last name, that phrase I just said. Fucking first name, middle name, oops, I did it again, last name. I swear to everything I love. Shit. So, I know your average other person will submit to that shit. Most people submit to that shit. People who's not even know it. When I'm talking about money, y'all, that have been around. I'm not talking about rappers. I'm talking about old pale face money. Alright? Old pale face money. Not rappers. Same, and I'm a human, yo. I think I'm a nobleman. I think I'm noble and a form of nobility. And that's how I conduct myself with any human being. Like I said, from the peasant to the no, this they would think it has disrespect, but the peasant to you see how you think like something all the way up there. Up there is the fucking peasant too. Both is the peasant. The peasant is down there and up there, bro. That's why I like rock and roll. Like the whole fucking line is a peasant. The bottom, the middle, and the fucking top. You're still a peasant. You're still a fucking ant on dirt, along with me, ant on dirt. Business around the world. People try to, a lot of them are liars. Business around the world, a bang for your buck. That's good business around the world, and not a bang for your buck and depletion, and substitute like for small increments of stuff is an addiction. That's flat out. So like, there's some things I cop recently, and then I would say on eBay, they're trying to ask you 75 or a buck and change, but I ain't paid nowhere near that, and I'm not doing that. I'm not joining the party. I'm not gonna join that party trying to rip people off. That's poor business to me. So I'll hold on to those because I think those are cool objects. And then, you know, if something else can happen later down the line about those, let that be. Oh, okay. Now it's $100 or $500 CD. I mean, I think any Cannon Spike demo disc or Project Justice demo disc is good money. Um, it's upsetting that it's an expensive game, and I would say Capcom need to bring that game back out. But they're not so far, which is a disappointment. They really need to bring that back out. A compilation of part 1 and 2, all in English. That would be a very very good because it got game modes. That's a great object in rival schools, man. The Japanese one's supposed to have like I think a board Mario Party like board game on it. So yeah, compare, contrast, yo. Anything you're searching for, you want to try to buy, you're looking for, you have to compare, contrast. And I mean, like hours, not to say hours of due diligence. It depends, like, of a home, maybe, you know, looking for contractors. Yeah, there's certain categories, yeah, it's maybe going to take you some weeks at a time to get the information together. But then for other things, you might be able to compare and contrast in like 5 minutes, and then you could decide like if it's worth your time or not. It's simple. It's really simple. Um. So yeah, yo, don't get scammed out there, y'all. Thinking that you're missing out on anything. If anything to say, we're like 30 something years, 40 years of physical media. This is another interesting part. And Japan has like somehow still a super abundance of all this stuff. So, and Japan is the first print. So all the American stuff is, oh, it's all these big, but really the first real McCoy is the Japanese print, and they're better. The Japanese prints are way better than the American prints. When I was looking at the Dino Crisis CD and cover material, it was yo, the CD paint is nice. I don't think I ever did. I ever touched a US CD like that before. So that was dope. That was another thing I peeped about the Japanese prints. They're better than the American prints for the just the quality maybe all across the board. Um yo, I think maybe 9 out of 10, if not 10 for 10, most times you're getting the true complete data of the game. And the US one they have to modify because they have to do their American stupid shit to the game, thinking that that's what consumers really want, but really it's a monopoly of dumbass American people fucking up a dope object. And that's been the game industry in America for the past 40, 50 years. Is dumbass monopolizers that you in another country make some object and we gotta add a little bit of the American version to it. Yo, crazy. So um if you do your research, you know, you can you even learn how to develop saving time for yourself. How about even that one? You know, I was so infatuated for a year, if not longer, about flying to Japan, blah blah blah, la la la. But in reality, I would have been paying $50 to $100, if not more, for a room for each night. The food I would spend for the 3 meals a day. drinking, traveling, time, and to purchase an object, just to purchase it for $2 less. So, and I'm kind of trying to really strategize of what I would really buy, which that's another thing I would say. There's opportunity. You have to go look for it and find it. That's the best I could say for that. But I'm about to skiddaddle there. We off this.